This week was honestly a reminder that building an online business is a lot more mental than people realize. There were moments I felt overwhelmed, tired, and unsure if I was doing enough. But I still showed up, kept posting, and started seeing small improvements in my content and engagement. So in this video, I want to share what I learned during week 1 of this journey, what's been working, what's been challenging, and what I'm focused on next. But before we jump into the next slide, tell me what you've learned within this week. Jot it down in the comment section below. I want to know. Okay, let's go. Okay, all right, so this week I published a new video every single day. I'm going to share the raw numbers and the one biggest lesson I learned. Alrighty, so throughout this week, I would definitely say that there was some hesitation. I was a bit nervous, nerves for posting consistently. I was, like I said, I wondered if people would even care. You know, again, some of that negative just kind of started to eat at me. So I would definitely admit that 100%. But this week really reminded me that building an online business is a lot more mental than people actually realize. So let's jump into some of the wins. So I was most proud of the 3 niches video because it felt genuinely helpful and clear. If you haven't had a chance to see that video, I provide 3 topics busy moms can choose when it comes to affiliate marketing. So I believe it was the hero mom, I think it was kids education or activity, and give me one second, let me look at my notes because I don't want to misquote myself. Let's see, household mom sanity saver. So I did give 3 categories that busy moms can choose, mainly because these are the categories that a lot of us are living. We're not, we are very familiar with maintaining our household, taking care of our children, trying to find ways to implement better time management tools in order for us to be more productive and not worn out. So I thought that was really helpful and it was actually really nice doing that video because I had a chance to kind of look at what each niche offered in terms of how someone coming into this, creating or beginning their affiliate marketing business, how they can pick those broad topics and then niche or break it down. You can get very specific so that way you have enough content with whatever you choose to use as your business niche. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. All right, but all in all, the biggest win though was just me proving to myself that I could stick to the system. And I also wanted to make mention that another win for me this week. Oh, let me go back. There we go. Another win for me this week, aside from the 3 niche video, my views have improved. So I think I might have cracked the code. I might have figured out the formula to creating a reel that increases views, increase the retention time, because I've struggled with people skipping through the reel. I don't want that. I need people to actually take their time and read what's in the reel and also caption underneath it. And there was one more thing. I think reach too. So it improved. I did identify one reel that completely blew out of the water. So right now I'm just working on trying to replicate that because over time I want more engagement. I want people commenting. I want conversations in the comment section. I want people to save more of my videos. And I just want to feel that my message is clear. So that's another one for me. It's small, but it's going in the right direction because I was struggling there for a while when it came to Instagram posts and whatnot. Okay, so then the challenges. The challenge 100% was time management. That was tough. I felt like a hypocrite because my own day felt chaotic, but I did it anyway. And that's the point. And again, let me reiterate the time management video that I posted. So there is another video that I have here that, let me see. Yeah, that's the video regarding me finding the 30 minutes in a day. So how I find 30 minutes a day for my business. So within that video, I definitely discussed different ways to manage my time so I don't feel overwhelmed. That was a struggle because this past week has been rough with my 9 to 5. Oh, we had all kinds of things going on. So me being able to put myself in the mental space to sit in front of my computer and record, upload content, edit content, it was a struggle. So I did feel a little bit hypocritical, but even though the system still works, I still managed to get it done. It was still a struggle. So I would definitely say that was a challenge. Let's see. Was there anything else? That was pretty much it. This balancing life and business is hard, guys. It's hard. This is for a week. I know a lot of these people all over social media, they're posting all of their success, and that's awesome. Genuinely, it's awesome, and I aspire to get to that level. But seeing the behind the scenes is something that you don't really see a lot of. So when you're in it yourself, you realize, that you have to work, you have to find a system in order for you to produce your content. And not just produce the content, because it's not like I was posting stuff just to get it posted. Thought went into it. I genuinely enjoy doing it, and I enjoy putting that information out there. So I want to make sure that the information is clear, is well received and understood. But yeah, again, work-life balance, it's rough. It's been rough this last week. All right, next. So the numbers. So I did not get new subscribers for my YouTube video or for my YouTube channel this past week. I did get a couple of subscribers for my Instagram account, but I'm still kind of stagnant with me being barely over 100 subs. But, at the end of the day, the couple that I did get subscribers from, they found, again, that's the people, they're a part of my community now, So like I mentioned this in a previous video. I would rather 100 engaged followers than 10,000 strangers. So even though that seems so small, or just seems like I probably really didn't do much or, go very far, it accumulates, it over time, I will start to attract the right audience. So still a win. Also had about 25 total views for my YouTube channel. But for Instagram, I actually had some pretty good reach. I had well into like the 2 to like 400s. It was definitely a lot more than what I was used to. So that would be another win for sure. Okay. So my biggest lesson would be hitting the publish button. It's actually a bigger win than getting 1,000 views. Your action creates the momentum. Okay, so a lot of that I feel came from my email, my newsletters. Me being able to complete an email setup or an email system where I have correspondences automated. By me setting that up, honestly, took a load off of my plate. It definitely did, because it's something that's kind of happening in the background and I don't really have to think too much about it. So that was definitely a huge lesson for me. Just getting it done. So you basically make one touch, and then the process will just run on its own without you ever really having to do anything with it. All right, so we definitely on consistency. Consistency matters more than the motivation. And then the clarity improves with the actions that we take. And you don't you don't need to know everything before you start. You really don't, guys. A lot of these things that I'm doing right now, I'm learning as I go. But just understand that those small improvements definitely compound over time. And one more thing to touch on, I know I mentioned the hooks and the reels. Like I said, when it comes to doing this as a beginner, because right about now, I've only been doing YouTube for a little over a month. So technically speaking, I am still within that 3 to 4 month range where a lot of beginners begin to feel discouraged because they're not really seeing the fruits of their labor as quickly as they want. But we have to understand, even though we feel like we're talking into the void, type void in the comment section if you know what I mean. Sometimes you feel like you're talking to a void, like there's no feedback, no one's really responding, no one's really saying anything. There's not really many people viewing my content, and it just seems like there's not many people interested. But that's just how it is. You're small, you're starting out, you're beginning. That's all a part of it. So my purpose here, what I've been really focusing on, is making sure that my message remains simple, that my content is relatable. And then I'm doing my research. I'm out there on the field, not literally like out in public, but I'm in forums where I can see where a lot of beginners are concerned. I can see where they're concerned when it comes to starting their business. Okay. So before I jump into this one, I do want to make another point as well. So what I will be focusing on, and I don't know if oh yeah, this is the one. Yep, next week. So we're getting, okay, yeah. All right, so what I'll be focusing on going forward is, again, improving retention. Like I said, the hooks, the messaging, making sure it's clear and relatable, making sure that I'm showing up and I'm being consistent. That will help. That's being consistent and taking those actions will help improve my retention over time. Especially for my Instagram post. I just want people to actually look at the entire real story post. I want you to read. I really want you to understand what it is that I'm saying. So that's what I'll be focusing on. Growing my email list is another one. Definitely focusing more on my YouTube. So you guys might see me decrease my posting time on Instagram. I might scale it back to about 3 days a week because I really do want to put more time into YouTube, simplifying my content even more, and then improving the consistency. So again, I think I'm doing pretty decent in that realm, being consistent with what it is that I'm posting and the information that I'm putting out there. So that's what we'll see. You'll see a lot more of this coming week. But of course, we're at, let me correct myself. Of course, Jesus, I need to learn how to speak. But of course, this coming week, we will be getting more technical or tactical. I am so sorry, everyone. Tongue tied. We're getting tactical. We're actually going to we will start doing more of the things will get us more familiar with not broadcasting, but we're getting started. It'll be tangibles at this point. We'll start taking actions business. Okay. So that's what we'll be focusing more next week. So if you're starting from zero and you feel behind, again, this is just another reminder that growth usually starts small. Okay. You will, like I said, feel like you're talking into a void. Like there is no one listening to anything that you're saying. The voices in your head will not, I'm not trying to sound weird, but I'm just saying sometimes we can get in our own head and we start to speak negatively. We gotta get away from that. We have to, because this is a part of the process. And I feel like this is something that needs to be more normalized. And when you're inundated with so much information and posts from different content creators talking about their success, and you see all of these images, these screenshots of their bank account and how much they made in one day, They started here. They were here at one point. They themselves felt like they were speaking into the void. So this is just a part of it. This is a part of it. So we're going to be good. We're going to be good. So my journey is my journey. But if you're ready to start yours and want a custom plan, you already know what to do. I've said it so many times, guys. My affiliate starter kit, something that I use, something that has helped ground me to keep me focused. The link is in the description below. All right. Okay. That does it for today. I want you all to have an awesome day. I will see you in the next video.